This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, Heather Holders. Jeff Cardano. Welcome to another Sports Catastrophe birthday boy. And the birthday boy for today, June the 16th. He's 46 years old today. Is a record holder in Major League Baseball as a pitcher, recording 20 strikeouts in one of the greatest single game pitching performances, if not the greatest single game pitching performance in MLB history, despite not having a no hitter or a perfect game when he threw his 20 strikeouts. He was an NL Rookie of the Year, but unfortunately he flamed out due to being on the DL 14 times in his 14 Major League seasons. He became a starter, then turned into a closer and was decent, but injuries would hurt him. His name is Kerry Wood. Kerry Wood was a big prospect. The Cubs made him the 4th overall pick in the 1995 baseball draft. I knew they had to have him. I mean, the other 3 picks were huge. Darren Erstad went 1st overall to the Angels from the University of Nebraska, where Erstad was actually the punter for the 2-time national champion Nebraska Cornhuskers, which was funny. But Darren Erstad was a pretty good hitter. Ben Davis was picked by the Padres second, a catcher from a prep school. He was okay, but he wasn't really that good for San Diego. And number 3 was Jose Cruz Jr. out of Rice University. The Mariners took him and traded him to Toronto in that big move in 97 to get, I would say John Albert, but I'm probably wrong. Anyway, the Cruz Jr. trade. Yeah, he was traded, for Paul Spoelstra and Mike Timlin because Seattle needed some pitching help in the bullpen. But anyway, yeah. He made his first appearance in the Major Leagues on April 12, 1998, and his 5th career start on WGN in front of a national broadcast against the Houston Astros and in front of the great Chip Kerry as play-by-play guy. He threw a one-hitter, strike out 20 guys against the Astros in Wrigley Field, tying Roger Clemens' record for strikeouts in a 9-inning game because no one had come close to 20 strikeouts in one game until Kerry Wood did it. He was the second guy. He put up 18. The record for rookie strikeouts was 18 by Bill Gullickson of the Expos in 1980, but now Wood had 20 strikeouts. He only allowed 2 base runners. Ricky Gutierrez on an infield single, which a lot of people thought was an error on Gutierrez, I think? Ricky Gutierrez. No, sorry, I don't know what his name is. And then Craig Buccio, who was hit by a pitch with a 1-2 count. Only 7 balls went fair. And the funny thing was that the Astros actually led the National League in on-base percentage, and all the regulars were in the lineup, so there was no scrubs in all that. The only hit was by Ricky Gutierrez of all people. This was one of the greatest games of all time. It actually had a game score of 105. But I mean, it's weird how that game got better than perfect games and no hitters. Anyway, Wood was 13-6, but he missed the last month of the season with elbow soreness due to his flame-throwing tendencies. The Cubs survived a 1-game playoff with the Giants, going to the playoffs against the Braves, which they lost. Wood was the NL Rookie of the Year. Unfortunately, though, in spring training, he tore his ulnar collateral ligament, or UCL for short. He had to have Tommy John surgery to repair damage in his right elbow, missed the 99 season. He came back in 2000 and only had an 8-7 season. But in 2001, he went 12-6, so he started picking up right around. And then he was 12-11 in 2002. 2003, he was fantastic. Part of the big 1-2 Cubs lineup with Mark Pryor. Wood had 266 strikeouts, a career high. He would surrender 24 home runs, but it didn't matter. Wood would be the hero against the Braves in the NLDS, winning twice against the Braves, and then winning Game 3, part of Game 3 of the 2003 NLCS, in which the Cubs won in extra innings. Kerry Wood would start Game 7, and it looked decent. The Marlins had Marlins put him some things, but then Kerry Wood went deep into left center field to tie the game. After it was 3-1, he hit a 2-run home run to tie the game 3-3, making him the first NLCS pitcher to hit a home run since Rick Sutcliffe in 1984 in Game 1 as a Cub. Unfortunately, Wood was the losing pitcher, and the Marlins won the game 9-6. Wood would have some issues and all that. He tried his best. He would have a torn rotator cuff that ruined his 2006 season, and then the Cubs bought out the remaining $13 million of his stuff. However, the Cubs didn't really give up on him. The Cubs decided to make him a reliever, thinking he could do well out of the bullpen. And he did a lot of things. Anyway, Wood pitched 22 games in the 2007 season. Wood almost left the Cubs for the 2008 season in free agency, but he decided to stay with the Cubs. He won the job as closer after Ryan Dempster became a starter. Wood was 34 for 39 in save opportunities, which was pretty good. And after the Cubs made a trade and got Kevin Gregg from the Marlins, they said that they would not re-sign Wood. He was on a 2-year deal with Cleveland and would play at Wrigley Field for Cleveland when they came to face the Cubs, but the fans gave a standing ovation. Kerry Wood pitched in the 2010 postseason for the Yankees, but they lost the ALCS to Texas. The Cubs gave him a chance to continue in the 2011 season, 1 year, $1.5 million. Wood decided to retire. And all that. He still is the fastest to reach 1,000 strikeouts in MLB history, doing it in 853 innings, even better than Aroldis Chapman and Nolan Ryan and Roger Clemens even. So he had 20 strikeouts in a 9-inning game. Clemens was the first, and then Max Scherzer tied that mark in 2016. Now it's to note that a lot of people say Randy Johnson had a 20 strikeout game, but that was not in a 9-inning game because the game ended up 1-1 after 9 innings. So anyway, Wood is married to his wife Sarah and having 3 kids, including only 1 son. But Kerry Wood just basically was Dr. K. And he would have been a great pitcher if it wasn't for injuries. Yuck. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.